At all stages of the game, they've got the Serket Ymir to carry through the early game, Rom Persephone there to carry it late. We'll see if it's enough to take down Sino's Naja on the world stage. An unbelievable setup here for game number 1 between Sanguine and Obey Alliance. Let's get it over to the casters.
Working with us on the Spectator, Mifflin, I don't know if you call it bad blood just yet, but a little bit of extra energy, I think, coming into this one between Sanguine and Obey. We saw
first people into the engagement for his team. He's going to be jumping in, trying to find the ultimate, setting up for his squad. And there's so many good targets for it. Sino is going to be a huge target.
Whoa, inbound, taking low. Oh, look at the wall from Rongyu. First blood on over to Sanguine. The writing has been on the wall since the onset of this lane, 3 minutes in. A Jingwei, you're an Athena, and you get Ymir walled behind you. There's not much that you can do about it there. The shell even used by inbound as well. That's something you have to look out for. But look at this, Rongyu and Panatom have made their way on over to Duo once more. Oh, the wall again! Are you kidding me? Rongyu sets it up perfectly. Panatom knocks it down. Inbound, an afterthought here, and Sanguine a second kill for Obey just yet. But Obey not working with some of those early game leads that we know they have been able to in the games, the sets that they've been able to win. This is where you want to start to see Sanguine exert some pressure, invade in on the jungle. It's the right side of the map, invade. Oh my, so much damage taken down by Sino. Rongyu will hit the wall as well. Searing Pain flies through. Rongyu taken low, and talk about the collapse from Obey Alliance. Great rotation there. They pick up an extra kill, but Sanguine want more. Shinto from range will pick up one onto Sino. And now inbound, the one looking a little bit nervous. Nowhere for him to go. And now it's going to be Yarkor who picks up the kill. Obey Alliance, they thought they had found a fight that they were happy with, but instead Sanguine the ones who turn it around.
The poison spreads. Ducky, even if he makes it up into the air, is going to fall down to Serket. Wolfie, now left alone and isolated, going to be trying his best to make it out of that situation.
A sliver of HP. Sanguine burned that ultimate, but a couple burnt off of their own as well. Now it's the Gold Fury started up. Obey Alliance starting to rotate their way in. Wolfie, Searing Pain, ready to go. Sino dashes in, but he has no HP. Shinto, easiest kill of his life. Wolfie with the snipe though. Down goes Netrioid, and for the time being, the Gold Fury is delayed.
Forcing him back to base and then falling back to the gold free. Something similar here as Sanguine groups up around the gold looking for Wolfie.
Oh, and it's a taunt in onto Wolfie. The wall is there from Rongyu. Once more, Aegis used, and Wolfie double knockup now from Yarkor on the rotation over from the solo lane. Inbound, blocked on in with Sanguine. Big fight here for the Bamo squad. Sino makes his way back beneath the tier 1 tower. Wall goes up, wall goes down. It's a double pick for Sanguine. Maybe now you make your way to the Fury Pit.
Absolutely. Isn't too bad. 3,016 minutes, sure, is a decent amount, but Obey is still able to fight in. I just want to see more proactive play around this Athena.
Right, small moments where Obey have the setup, but hasn't been consistent all that often at all. Inbound uses the taunt here. Maybe now is the time for Obey Alliance to strike. Rongyu into the ultimate. Is he going to live? No chance here. Ducky is in on the chase and will finally finish off the kill, but it took a little bit longer than Obey were hoping for. Windfire wheels up, down. Wolfie with the snipe on a Netrioid. Obey Alliance. They bought their time, and now they've got a double kill over in the jungle.
And what's the difference maker, Dave? Inbound starts the fight with a taunt onto Netrioid, forces the beads, and forces them in the air instantly. Obey collapsed perfectly as Sanguine meanders throughout their jungle. But what are they going to do with this time with 2 dead? Maybe group up, try and siege down the mid tower, or move towards the Pyro.
Right, when you have a 5 versus 3 advantage, that's when you need to start closing this gold gap. And you can see Obey Alliance playing with a little bit more fire now, but Yarkor not concerned about the numbers disadvantage. Dives in, double knockup. Wow, he uses the Aegis. Yarkor roars him right onto the graveyard. Are you kidding me? This is a disadvantage fight for Sanguine, and they're the ones finding the kills. Obey Alliance somehow losing this fight. Now Sanguine returning back from base. Watch out, the reinforcements, Mifflin, they're on their way.
Sanguine 3 versus 5, and they want more. They're able to find Shinto in the back. Inbound picks one up for themselves. Obey trying to turn it back around, but now the reinforcements you brought up have closed the gap.
Inbound taunts and then dashes away. He'll stay alive. Breath. The 3,000 gold lead has now disappeared. We're looking at about 1,000 for Sanguine, where it was much worse earlier on in this game. Ducky maybe being dove here, and he sure is. Pulled back in by Panatom. Half HP on the Sun Wukong. Healed up just a bit, but it's a taunt back in from inbound. The rest of Obey Alliance, they're here to play as well. Panatom trying to leave, down, back to earth, crashes. Yarkor deleted by Wolfie. Sino's the one who ends up picking up the kill. Obey Alliance, they've cauterized some of the early wounds, and now it's another taunt in onto Rongyu, and look at all the damage pouring in from Obey Alliance. The wall's not going to save you this time, and Wolfie has another.
The chain CC is ridiculous. If you get hit by taunt, you're getting hit by sash, you're getting hit by updraft from Jingwei. You're not allowed to walk away without putting up a fight if you're on the side of Sanguine. Now with 2 dead, where are Obey gonna go? Fire Giant seems like the call.
Who is this Obey Alliance, and what have you done with Obey of old? FG the call now after 2 picks over onto Sanguine. Wolfie halfway to his ultimate there. Panatom alive, he has his ult. Netroid with the snipes as well. Still the opportunity for a steal here for Sanguine. Fire Giant taken low. It's a taunted for Panatom. Sanguine, they steal this one away just when you think Obey have a massive advantage. It gets stripped away by Sanguine, and now Panatom with another kill as well. Netroid just awaiting death down on the ground. The final snipe misses. Sino grabs the kill, but Mifflin, that's not much of a silver lining after Sanguine steal away the at level 20. It looks like we're going to get another look at what the steal was here. You think maybe it's the snipes that take away the FG, but instead it's Shinto just off to the side, the last tick of damage.
You can't let that happen. My man essentially walked up slowly.
Play there. Tanky enough on the Athena, though, I think, to survive the initial onslaught.
Oh, no.
Engage, but does stun down Panatom on the back line of the fight. We are split up here. Obey Alliance trying to kite backwards, but look at what Yarkor is doing. Absolutely decimating the back line of Obey Alliance. No kills have swung through just yet, but maybe Wrong You can slow down the Obey roster. But are you kidding me? With all we've seen, no kills. Ducky, the sacrificial lamb, and Sanguine finally finds one.
And they've already taken the tower. They've already got the positioning around the Phoenix. This bird could go down.
Watch out, now Wolfie falls as well. 3 members of Obey Alliance left standing, and Sanguine aren't happy with just that. Wow, he walled off by Wrong You once again. The Aegis will buy a little bit of time. Sanguine, they smell blood in the water. It's Sino and inbound. There's not much damage, but there's not much health from Sanguine either. And Sanguine
every advantage moving forward in the game. No longer is it Sanguine's game to win. It's their game to lose. Obey have a steep hill to climb up.
Oh, this is going to be some fun to watch. Obey Alliance have shown, if nothing else, regardless of the outcome, they're not going to let this one go quietly. Full on engage. It's in onto Yarkor. Thorns waiting on the other side. He won't use him just yet. He'll salmon leap his way away. Look at the redive from Obey Alliance. Down goes Yarkor, but grasp of death from the back line. That'll set things up well for Netroid. It's a taunt back in from inbound. Netroid starting to swing. It's a double kill for Netroid. Shinto, a triple for the ROM, and Sanguine get the deicide 28.5 minutes in.
They got Yarkor, but at what cost? The cost is the game. Sanguine, 4 members, going to barrel down towards the Titan. I understand Obey's idea there. They have to do something. They know they're not going to win a team fight cleanly under their own structures, so they want to find someone picked out. Unfortunately, who they found was the tankiest member of Sanguine, Yarkor, by so much time.
Oh, what a time for a pause here. Sanguine walking down the mid lane, just on the verge of ending things here, Miffin. This is a foregone conclusion at this point, depending on how things look on the other end of this pause.
But Obey went for the all-in. They pay the price.
Well, Mifflin, as we know, Sanguine gets the win here. It was foregone conclusion, just needed to see the Titan fall, and fall the Titan did. Sanguine walks their way down the mid lane.
It just gets difficult for Obey.
Interesting to note that Obey, again, does not really respect that Ymir wall. Still, a bunch of gods that do not have an easy way over that wall, save for the Heimdall. We'll see if Wrongyu can make him pay once again here in game number 2, or if Obey Alliance can turn it around and maybe secure a Fire Giant this time around. Eh, fellas?
There's a 1 on the scoreboard for Sanguine. Whether it's skill or luck, I think depends on which of the 2 teams you ask here, Mifflin. Sanguine are going to say it's all skill. We steal away the FG. We seal up game number 1. Obey are thinking unlucky.
Surprised that Obey is able to play so aggressively in this lane. There's a nice little cheeky wall from Wrongyu. Doesn't really change much there, but does look nice as Obey move into the purple.
I like the way Sino cancels his back there. Purple buff dropped down, but inbound will have to be cleansed away there by Wolfie on in. Wolfie first blood. Down goes Wrongyu. Oh, big stun though from Sanguine on the right-hand side of the fight, and Shinto will answer back with one of his own, but Wolfie is rotated to the tune of a double kill. A fantastic start here for Obey Alliance, but they might lose more in the process. Now it's Netroid who gets knocked back. Inbound survives, and he turns it around for a kill. Will Shinto survive? Not for the time being. Inbound finds the block. A triple kill for Wolfie. What a start for Obey.
Dream situation for Obey. Wolfie triple kill on the hell. This man is huge. That's so much gold. Immediately Doom Orb on this back. And a fantastic play.
And Sanguine have to respect it.
You got a soul read there, Dave. It's not often a player comes off a loss more confident, but Bobby's everywhere.
I told you.
Maybe a little too far.
Wait, no. I got a soul read in the wrong direction. Inbound is going to lurk in the waters, but Wrongyu will detonate.
Uh-oh.
Support on support there as Wrong You will pick up the first. The gap is being closed though. If Obey Alliance stayed too long, the cleanse, yeah, gets Sino out, but he's pulled right back in by Yarkor this time. Shinto will add one, but Wowie will do the same on a rotation over from the duo lane. Wolfie with his fourth. Sanguine, they thought they found a clean one, but it's anything but. Ducky's here to play as well. 1 kill, 2 assists for the solo laner. Another good fight for Obey.
Yeah, baited by Bobby, I guess. He dies freely to 4 members of Sanguine and Obey.
That's not the case with 15 seconds left on the Fury. You gotta like the Obey mindset here. Let's see if we can find a fight and make the objective easier for ourselves in just a moment. Netrioid pinned in, the spear is used, inbound just wide. Put the pluck there. Desert Fury was waiting on the other side anyway. Inbound, half HP, cleanse used. Sino now walled off. On the 3-man taunt, but nobody from Obey Alliance is there to do any damage. Ducky blinks over the wall, but he's all alone. It's one man after the other, in and out for Obey Alliance, and Sanguine now maybe have the utility to turn this fight around. Inbound walled in once more. He'll use his ultimate now defensively. Some individually great plays. Not all together though, and therefore no kills.
Maybe a little bit too scared is Wolfie as he uses the Phantom on the escape, but Obey have the additional healing to keep him in these fights.
Uh-oh, another wall, another stun, and inbound is locked into place, but again, there's no damage from Sanguine. Ducky playing Separator to double knock up from inbound, Cavalry charge in, Obey Alliance, they're just buying some time. It's the Primal Fury that gets taken away. Can you survive those? Stygian pulls in two, Obey Alliance suddenly a bit caught out. Inbound will finally die, and it's Shinto who picks up the kill. Can Obey Alliance get out with the other 4? For the moment, the answer is yes. The left-hand side of the map. This will be our first great look at a 5-on-5 fight. Obey Alliance will start things up here. Oracle's in Obey's favor. Half HP now on the Fury. Wrong You on in. Ultimate triggered, but nobody detonated. The Ymir having to waddle his way away, but he's got no health. Inbound finally finishes off the kill there. Wowie with the ultimate, but gets shrugged off. Sino has another as well. Obey Alliance currently stand at a 2-for-1, but it's a 2-for-2 as Sanguine will pull back another. Health bar shrinking. Inbound will not survive. Shinto with a double kill. The Persephone finds the space, and Sanguine make him pay.
What a split engagement. Obey take a 3v3 and a 2v2, but as they are the healer comp, they want to stay grouped. They want to make use of the sustain that they have, and Sanguine punish them perfectly for de-grouping. A 3-for-2 in favor of Sanguine as well.
For God's sakes, I don't think you can hang anything on him, but Shinto has just had too much space to operate.
Yeah, if Shinto's hitting a 3-4-man ult every single engagement, it's no surprise that Sanguine have been able to win them out, but Obey start the Fire Giant. Sanguine, they're wise to it.
What a gutsy call here from Obey. FG down beneath a half HP, taunted in. Obey Alliance are able to take away the FG this time, but Sanguine, they want blood. They want to fight on the back end of things here. Look at Wrong You working his way forward. Panatom is in, onto the back line. Wowie is connected onto his ultimate. On to Panatom, but Yarkor now has a double kill out of the solo lane. Sanguine, they lose the FG, but they're winning this fight. Obey Alliance have to walk away.
Wrong You is simply built different, Dave. He is finding walls and walls and walls. Build them up wherever they want, because he is stopping Obey in their tracks every single time. One Phantom may not have been enough. 3 members dead for 30 seconds. Sanguine, they got their eyes on the bird.
And it is probably looking a little bit nervous right now, that mid lane Phoenix is. As Sanguine, yeah, there's confidence and then there's insanity, I suppose, for Obey Alliance. You're at a big deficit here, fellas, but that deficit doesn't concern you if you can play these fights well enough. Inbound will dash away. You're probably just looking for a pick there in that moment, but what Obey Alliance didn't realize is Sanguine brought the reinforcements. A 5v5 lurking off to the side. Sino taunts the Yarkor back in. The Cerberus down to half HP now, but Ducky could say the same for him. The health healing for the moment, just enough, but Netrioid, Desert Fury rips through to a double kill for the Sanguine Hunter, and now Sanguine start to steamroll. Obey Alliance double, locked in by the wall from Wrong You. It's a good tail whip though from Inbound to slow down this fight. The support has bought enough time for his mid and his Hunter to get away.
This is the 2nd game in a row where Obey falls behind in the true late game and go for the
hail against what Obey have. We don't have to go all out for a fight around these objectives just yet. That lead has absolutely ballooned to about 11,000. Sanguine did a great job of buying their time here in game 2.
Look, if that call is correct, Dave, if you've got a good read on their mentality, that's one of the ballsiest plays ever as Bobby gets caught out by a wall.
Oh, that's a dead inbound. Netrioid with a free kill there, but Obey Alliance want to go back in. Obey Alliance choose to re-engage here on this fight. Wowie and Wolfie, they're left alone in the back. Sanguine running them down. Netrioid, another double kill. The multi-kill kid here in game number 2. Sanguine starting to put the icing on the cake. Shinto will get Wowie. A deicide just hanging around the corner. Yarkor's in on the chase. Ducky will pull back one, but Sanguine, massive fight.
And they should be able to barrel on down towards the base. Obey, split up. Bobby, too far forward. Sanguine aren't going to let that go for free. Only 3 members, so let's see what the decision is. It's going to be Fire Giant. Sanguine not going to go for the risky play. No minion waves pushed up. Instead, let's get the objective. Let's wait it out. Obey's dead for a long time. Sanguine might be willing to wait for their teammates to respond.
But how silver of a lining is the fact that Sanguine can't end the game. Obey Alliance have 4 out of 5 members at level 20. It's only inbound. Who's left behind here? It's gonna be Fire Giant on majority of Sanguine here. We'll see if they wait the next 15 or so seconds for their teammates to come by. Actually, could get risky. Inbound close by. The Sanguine have to know this. The moment they see inbound, they've got to turn around and secure the objective. The wall off Stygian Torment against inbound. Can inbound make his way over the wall? The respawns are through. Sanguine take down the FG. So close. What a play from Rongu and Yarkorn. Way to go, Sanguine. You bought yourself enough time.
Dave, the discipline that I just saw,
I'm turning
believe
around and
me,
it, dude. When the engage just needs to come from Sanguine in this game. It's in your back pocket, and you're 1 game away from moving on to the next stage of Worlds. Inbound, before the fight has even started, has no more HP, and now Wowie, you can say the same for him as well. The Crystal will save Heimdall's life for the time being. Left side Phoenix ends up going down, but how about the Stygian Torment? Inbound, off to the side, Panatom picks up 1. Sanguine finally crack open the base.
There's still 4 strong. Obey can put up a defense. Only Wowie's ultimate available to him.
Sino right back in, but look at how much damage he's taken. In the meantime, Sanguine still all 5, still with the FG buff. Down goes Wowie. They smell blood in the water. The Titans under attack. Sanguine disapparate the Obey Alliance roster. Sanguine win game 2.
And in a convincing way, Dave, not often can you give up every single objective on the map and then simultaneously farm them in their fountain. Just 10 minutes later, Sino getting a little bit bullied here by Netrioid. A crazy turnaround. Sanguine, man. And Rongu in particular, I'm not going to make any qualms about saying his name. This guy is nuts.
The confidence there, I don't know if you call that.
Watch how Sanguine plays together. Watch how Sanguine drafts, because they aren't trying to hoodwink anybody. They're not trying to surprise anybody. They're just going to show up on the battleground of the gods, and they're going to beat you straight up. And let's see if they can do that 3 times in a row to Obey Alliance and move on here in the Smite World Championships. Obey's SWC dreams hanging in the balance for game number 3.
Yeah, I don't know, Aggro. If you think you and your buddies can just get together and play as well as Sanguine do, I have some snake oil I'd love to sell you here. Game number 3 about to kick off between Sanguine and Obey. It's time to turn things
immobility
around.
on display from Wolfie. Had he been able to position aggressively in lane and walk around the dangerous way, he might have been there in time to follow up on that kill as Baron Samdi. That ult's tough.
Well, it's Rongu who's invited to the party this time and will use his ultimate. Oh my, the detonate damage, and Shinto there as well. Wolfie thought he had turned one quickly over onto Sanguine, but it's anything but. That's something that maybe allows Obey to get back into this game. Not that they're out of it by any means. The gold lead relatively small here, but Sanguine very good at pushing leads in the way we see here. Life of the party immediately canceled out yet again by Rongu. No burst damage to follow up. Up over the wall goes Yarkor. But Obey Alliance do a good enough job at disengaging, but now Sino is here. Into the mid lane he goes. Rongu, no ultimate to stay alive. Good lockdown, but a wall is going to send Rongu right back on the other direction. Big Nike slow down from Yarkor, and the damage is there as well. Shinto with another. Will Rongu survive? No, he won't. Ducky able to pull one back now for Obey Alliance. Inbound rejoins the fray and picks up a kill for himself, but Yarkor adds another as well. Messy here in the mid lane. It's a 2-for-2.
Yarkor not willing to let it be that way. Gonna keep moving forward. Rom looks for the snipes. Wowie makes it out by the skin of his teeth, but Sino goes back in.
Ron, you thought you might have gotten one. Oh, Sino playing with fire there, my friend. Yarkor is able
to look for that objective-focused style that they were leveraging in game 1 and 2. Not that their composition is even the best at it as Panatom goes in.
Panatom does so much damage. We've been reminded again, Netrioid elsewhere gets a kill. On to Sino. Wolfie has to use his ultimate and his beads to stay alive here. Small fights, the one for none that Sanguine were able to find. Here's what happens with Netrioid. I thought it was a 1 versus 1, and there was mostly setup elsewhere on the map. It's actually just the auto attack down. So it's totally
to remove that bastion into safety for Obey Alliance. But right now, Sanguine kind of dispersing throughout, trying to pick up as much neutral farm as they can. It's going to be about a minute 30 until we see some action, I think.
You just off the mark with his wall. Inbound won't take that much damage. Instead, taunts one back in. Panatom joins the fight here. Executes Wolfie on down. Aegis was used, but it does not matter. Bye-bye, Baron. And Sanguine now on the chase. Yark Force slows everyone.
Huge wall.
Another kill infuses into Sanguine's back pocket. Ducky will cavalry charge away.
They've been in control. Tier 1 tower, that's falling here. Sino, no beads, has to play safe. Sanguine want the tier 2.
And this is the threat after a game like game 2, that it gets back-breaking. And we're in that territory right now. Sino is caught out. Shinto will pick up the kill, a killing spree now for the hell out of the mid lane. 16-minute Fire Giant.
Obey can't let this go. If Sanguine get Fire Giant here, that might be all she wrote. Ducky spots it out. He lets his team know, but it's going to be a slow rotation. Look at Wowie on the opposite side of the map.
Ducky thought he had done something here, but instead he is just going to get taken down by Netrioid. Now the collapse can occur from Sanguine. The FG was just a bait. Still might happen in a moment. Wolfie, life of the party, but he's the only one invited. Yarkor picks up that one. Sanguine are all going to regroup, make their way back towards the FG with a couple extra kills.
Couple extra kills, 30 seconds left on respawns. Obey now. They're going to feel it sinking in their heart. They know that Fire Giant's likely going to go their way, but Sino puts on his cape. He wants to steal.
The only thing he's stealing is a little bit of extra time alive. Rongyu will get the kill, and now inbound is as well. Obey Alliance. Not decided. Wowie just respawned, but the Fire Giant will make another kill here for Sanguine. We've seen them kind of dice around with inbound getting close by there in game 2. Nobody from Obey Alliance.
This FWC.
And we've had a lot of quick games. I mean, we're averaging, what, 25 minutes or so far here today?
Nice.
It's a quick, speedy day so far, and Sanguine's been making quick work of Obey Alliance. Wolfie, the Baron, isn't going to be looking much better yet. 0-5 for the Obey Alliance mid laner. We had serious concerns.
Paper. I mean, that's just it. Recycled paper at that.
Of course.
Because they are going to cut through them so quickly.
We're responsible here. Recycled paper. Yeah, I guess recycled paper maybe a little bit easier to cut through there. Sanguine going to try to cut through Ducky. Inbound rejoins the fight with his ultimate here, and Yarkor finds his way in the middle of 4 members of Obey Alliance, but Obey are doing a lot of damage here. Wolfie finally on the board. This Baron has picked up its first kill of the game, immediately turned around. 1 for 1 now for Sanguine. Small glimpse of life for Obey.
40 seconds left on the Fire Giant buff. Obey have done a lot here for the defense, better than I thought they could have, and they're still healthy. Sanguine might just have time. They're able to slowly catch up, but slow might be the premier word here. Where are you guys at?
We've lost half of our HP. A couple of Obey were over at the purple buff. Sino, he's found the engage, but it's on to Rongyu, who's down at half HP. Life of the party pulls in 1. Wolfie gets the first kill, but Netrioid now has the second. Down goes Ducky. Here comes Sanguine storming back into the Obey Alliance base. Shinto rampaging through the game. You can feel the life force draining from Obey Alliance. Sanguine, they've got a little bit more gas in the tank. Phantom will clean up Wolfie. The up-down is slowed down by Inbound, who's able to find one, but Sanguine still strong. Sanguine have the health bar. Sanguine have the win, and Sanguine are moving on.
Look, Dave, now is a perfect opportunity for me to explain the difference between a villain and a clown. Shinto claimed in an interview that he thinks Obey does not belong in this league, and Sanguine put up a shut-up today. If you lose, you're a clown. If you win, you're a villain. Sanguine looks strong here.
I'd argue to some people a clown and a villain are the same thing. Some people really hate him, Myth. I don't know, but Sanguine